Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video, we're going to explore something really interesting and exciting. So, if you want to find out what you'll learn by staying with us till the end, make sure to watch the whole video. Stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. The 1978 USA $quarter coin is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history that holds far more than just its face value. If you hold one of these coins in your hand, you're not just touching a simple piece of currency, you're holding a small but significant chapter of American heritage. In this video, we're going to delve deep into everything that makes the 1978 $quarter so captivating. From its historical context, its design, the mintage process, all the way to its current remarkable value, there's so much to uncover. Now, let's take a step back into history to understand the significance of the 1978 quarter. To fully appreciate what makes this coin special, we need to first understand the era in which it was minted. The late 1970s were a period of great change and transition for the United States. The country had just emerged from the tumultuous 1960s and early 1970s, marked by political unrest, the aftermath of the Vietnam War, and economic challenges. The 1970s were a time when the U.S. was beginning to redefine its place in the world and internally grapple with its future. In many ways, the coinage of this era reflects those transitions. The design of the U.S. $quarter has a long and storied history. It all began with the creation of the seated Liberty quarter in the 1830s. Over time, there were various designs, each one reflecting the style and tastes of the era. By 1932, the U.S. Mint had settled on a design that would become iconic, the Washington quarter. This was a tribute to the nation's first president, George Washington, and would remain in circulation for decades. But the 1978 coin, which was minted in the midst of the late 20th century, represented a continuation of the Washington quarter design, which had undergone some minor modifications over the years. The Washington quarter, designed by John Flanagan, has a portrait of George Washington on the obverse, or head side, with a simple yet powerful inscription, Liberty, at the top, and the year of minting at the bottom. The reverse side of the coin shows an eagle perched on a branch, symbolizing strength and freedom, with the words, E pluribus unum, out of many, one, reflecting the unity of the nation. While the 1978 $quarter retained the same design as its predecessors, what truly sets it apart is not its image, but rather its place in the broader context of American coinage. The coin was part of a vast circulation effort, designed to meet the needs of a growing economy. The 1970s were a time of great inflation and change, so every coin that went into circulation played a small yet crucial role in the U.S. economy. But what makes the 1978 $quarter so intriguing is the fact that it wasn't just a typical circulation coin. There were certain coins that went through special processes and were produced for particular purposes, including proof sets and mint sets. Proof coins, which are coins made with a special, more detailed die process, were created for collectors and investors. The 1978 quarter was no different in this regard. While the vast majority of 1978 quarters were produced for regular circulation, a smaller number were minted as proofs, and these are the ones that collectors find most valuable today. The mintage process itself was precise, but it wasn't without its challenges. Minting coins isn't as simple as pressing metal into a shape. It requires sophisticated machinery, skilled workers, and a great deal of planning. The U.S. Mint, which operates in multiple locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, uses a variety of techniques to ensure that each coin is up to standard. The 1978 $quarter was produced in large quantities to meet the demands of circulation, but for collectors, there are certain versions of the coin that have risen in value over the years, due to their rarity and condition. There's something truly captivating about how a coin can go from being just another piece of currency to a sought-after treasure. For most of us, a quarter is simply a small, everyday item that we barely notice. But for numismatists, coin collectors and investors, every coin is a potential jackpot. The 1978 $quarter is a prime example of how rarity, condition, and historical significance can converge to make a coin incredibly valuable. Now, let's talk about the big reveal, the 1978 $2 impressive value. At first glance, this may seem like a relatively unremarkable coin. After all, it's just a quarter, right? But for the right collector or investor, the 1978 quarter has the potential to be worth far more than its 25-cent face value. So, what is the value of the 1978 USA $2 today? The value of the 1978 $2 can vary significantly based on its condition, rarity, and whether it's a regular circulation coin or a proof coin. For example, a well-worn, circulated 1978 quarter is worth, well, a quarter. However, certain coins in pristine, uncirculated condition have a much higher value. And if you happen to have a proof version of the 1978 quarter, then you're sitting on a much more valuable item, but that's not all. What really makes the 1978 $2 stand out is its current record-breaking value. If you happen to own one of the few 1978 quarters that was minted with a special error, it could be worth an astonishing $132,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $132,000. This is not just a minor misprint or a small flaw. The error coins from this period are extremely rare, and they have become highly sought after by collectors. The rarity and the error's uniqueness have caused prices to skyrocket in recent years, making the 1978 $2 one of the most desirable coins for collectors and investors alike. So, how did such a simple coin become worth so much? It all comes down to scarcity, condition, and demand. As more collectors and investors vie for the limited number of these rare error coins, their value continues to climb. For those who are lucky enough to possess one of these gems, it's not just about holding a piece of history, it's about owning an asset that could provide a significant return on investment. But even for the more common 1978 quarters, there's still value to be found. If you have one in excellent condition, it may be worth a little more than face value, particularly if it has been well preserved or graded by professional numismatists. Coins with higher grades, such as MS-67 or MS-68, can fetch higher prices on the open market. The condition and grade of a coin are often just as important, if not more so, than its rarity when determining its overall value. For those new to coin collecting or investing, the world of numismatics can seem a bit overwhelming at first. But the beauty of collecting coins like the 1978 $2 is that it combines history, art, and investment potential into a single, tangible item. Whether you're collecting out of passion, for the thrill of hunting down rare coins, or as a financial strategy, there's a lot to appreciate about these small but mighty pieces of currency. In conclusion, the 1978 USA $2 coin is far more than just a common coin from the late 20th century. It's a reminder of the rich history and evolving nature of American coinage. From its design, to its minting process, to its collector appeal and staggering value today, the 1978 $2 is a true gem of the numismatic world. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it's a coin that holds a lot of promise and a story that's worth exploring further. Who knows? You might just have a rare treasure hiding in your spare change. If you have a 1978 $2 in your collection, or if you happen to stumble upon one in your coin jar, take a moment to appreciate its history. And if you're lucky enough to have the rare error version, well, you might just be holding a ticket to a six-figure payday. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1978 $2 is a shining example of how something seemingly ordinary can hold extraordinary value. The 1988 USA $2 coin is more than just a piece of currency, it's a slice of American history. If you're lucky enough to have one in your collection or even stumble across one in your pocket change, you're holding a coin that tells a fascinating story. From its creation and the era in which it was minted, to its unique design and its value today, the 1988 $2 is a coin that's worth more than its 25-cent face value. To understand why the 1988 $2 is so special, we first need to look at the historical backdrop of that year. The late 1980s were a time of great transformation for the United States. The country was experiencing a period of economic growth, thanks in part to the policies of President Ronald Reagan. The American economy was strong, unemployment was low, and the United States was beginning to emerge as a dominant force in global politics and economics. Yet, despite the prosperity of the era, the nation was still navigating challenges, both domestic and international. The Cold War was in its final stages, and there were growing concerns about the environment, technology, and the future. In this period of optimism and uncertainty, the U.S. Mint was busy churning out coins to meet the demand of a bustling economy. But the 1988 quarter dollar wasn't just another run-of-the-mill piece of currency. To truly appreciate the value and significance of this coin, we need to dive deeper into its design, the way it was produced, and how it would come to capture the attention of collectors and investors years later. Let's start with the design. The Washington quarter, first introduced in 1932 to honor the first President of the United States, George Washington, had undergone only slight modifications over the years. By the time the 1988 quarter was minted, the design was still the same, featuring Washington's portrait on the obverse, head side, and a majestic eagle on the reverse, tail side. The Washington quarter was designed by John Flanagan, and its classic design had been a symbol of American unity and pride for decades. The obverse of the 1988 quarter features a left-facing profile of George Washington, surrounded by the words, "Liberty," at the top, "In God We Trust," beneath his portrait, and the year of minting, 1988, at the bottom. The reverse side, showing the American eagle in flight, is equally striking, with the eagle's wings spread wide as it hovers over an olive branch. Below the eagle are the words, "E pluribus unum," signifying the unity of the country, and the inscription, "quarter dollar," to indicate the coin's denomination. While the design itself may not seem all that revolutionary, it's important to remember that the 1988 quarter was still being minted as part of an ongoing tradition. The Washington quarter was one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coin history, and by 1988, it was a symbol of stability and continuity for the American people. The minting process was also an impressive feat of engineering, with the U.S. Mint using state-of-the-art machinery to ensure that each coin was struck with precision. The 1988 quarter dollar, like many other coins of its time, was produced using a process known as bimetallic minting, where a combination of metals was used to create the coin. Specifically, the 1988 quarter was made from a mixture of copper and nickel, giving it its signature silver-gray appearance. But what makes the 1988 quarter dollar so intriguing isn't just its design or the way it was produced. It's also the fact that, over time, certain versions of the coin have become incredibly valuable. Let's talk about the minting process itself. The U.S. Mint operates multiple facilities across the country, with each one having its own role in producing coins. The main production facilities for circulating coins are located in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each facility produces different types of coins, including those for circulation, as well as special edition coins such as proof coins and mint sets. In 1988, the production of the quarter dollar was no different than in previous years. Millions of coins were minted to meet the needs of circulation. However, what makes some 1988 quarters particularly valuable today are the variations and the way they were produced. Certain proof coins, which were created for collectors and investors, are far rarer and much more valuable than the coins you would find in your everyday pocket change. These proof coins were struck multiple times using specially polished dies, resulting in a much sharper and more detailed image than standard circulation coins. But it's not just the proof coins that have made the 1988 quarter dollar special. There's something about the way a coin can go from a simple, everyday item to a coveted collector's item that makes numismatics so exciting. Over the years, the 1988 quarter dollar, particularly the proof versions, has captured the attention of coin enthusiasts. Coins in pristine condition, with no scratches, marks, or discoloration, are highly sought after, and a perfectly graded 1988 quarter could fetch a higher price than most people realize. The coin's relatively low mintage compared to others produced during the era adds to its appeal. The question on many collectors' minds, of course, is just how valuable the 1988 quarter dollar has become. While most 1988 quarters are worth only face value, 25 cents, the value can change drastically based on the condition and type of coin. Circulated coins in average condition may not command much of a premium. However, coins that have been kept in mint condition, and even better, graded as being of high quality, can significantly increase in value. The real magic happens when we talk about the 1988 quarter dollars era coins. You see, sometimes, during the minting process, errors occur. These errors can range from misprints to double strikes, and they can make a coin incredibly rare. As you might imagine, when these errors are discovered, collectors go into a frenzy. If you're one of the lucky few who happens to have an error coin from 1988, your coin could be worth a small fortune. Error coins are some of the most highly prized and highly priced coins in the world of numismatics, and this holds true for the 1988 quarter dollar as well. As of today, certain error versions of the 1988 quarter dollar are worth a jaw-dropping $132,000. Yes, you heard that right. This coin, which you could have found in your pocket change a few decades ago, could now be worth a small fortune if you happen to have one of these error coins. The exact errors vary, but they generally involve misprints or double strikes that make the coin stand out from its counterparts. These errors are so rare that they're worth a significant premium on the collector's market. So, what does this mean for anyone who's holding a 1988 quarter? It's not just a quarter anymore, it's a potential treasure. With a bit of knowledge, patience, and some luck, you could end up with a coin that has appreciated in value over time. The beauty of numismatics is that the value of a coin isn't always determined by its age or appearance. It's about rarity, demand, and condition. And in the case of the 1988 quarter dollar, these factors have come together to make the coin worth far more than its initial minting value. For those just getting into coin collecting or investing, this is a prime example of how even a coin that seems fairly ordinary on the surface can turn into something extraordinary. The world of coins is full of surprises, and sometimes, a simple quarter can be the key to unlocking significant financial value. In conclusion, the 1988 USA quarter dollar is a coin with a rich history and a bright future. From its design, which continues the legacy of the Washington quarter, to its role in the economic landscape of the late 1980s, the 1988 quarter dollar is a symbol of American strength and perseverance. For collectors and investors, it's a reminder of how coins can appreciate in value over time, sometimes in ways you least expect. Whether it's a proof coin in pristine condition or a rare error coin, the 1988 quarter dollar is a testament to the unexpected joys of the world of numismatics. So, the next time you come across a 1988 quarter dollar, take a moment to look closely. You might just be holding a coin that's worth far more than you ever imagined. The 1992 USA quarter dollar coin may seem like a simple piece of currency, but when you dig deeper, you'll find it holds more than just 25 cents in value. For those who collect coins or simply appreciate history, the 1992 quarter dollar has become a fascinating part of American numismatic tradition. Whether you find it sitting in a drawer, tucked away in a coin jar, or nestled in a collection, this coin represents far more than the sum of its parts. In this video, we're going to explore the historical context, design, minting process, and collector appeal of the 1992 quarter dollar. And of course, stick around, because we'll reveal the coin's stunning value today, a mind-blowing $120,000. The year 1992 was a turning point for the United States, and in many ways, the country's coinage reflected the mood and challenges of the era. The world was transitioning into a new phase after the tumultuous 1980s, and the country was entering a period of political change. Bill Clinton, a relatively unknown governor from Arkansas, was elected as the 42nd President of the United States, and the world was adjusting to the end of the Cold War. The country was enjoying relative peace, economic growth, and technological innovation, but there was still a feeling of uncertainty about the future. Much like the 1992 quarter dollar, the United States was at a crossroads, transitioning from the past while looking forward to the future. Coin collectors often look at the historical context of a coin to understand what makes it unique, and the 1992 quarter dollar is no exception. While it was still part of the long-running Washington quarter series that began in 1932, there were significant factors at play in the minting of these coins that would make them stand out in the world of numismatics. The Washington quarter, which featured a profile of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, had been in circulation for decades. While the design had been used for many years, it was a classic symbol of American heritage. The 1992 coin, which still bore the likeness of Washington on the head side and the eagle on the tail side, didn't seem particularly extraordinary at first glance. However, as we'll see, there were elements that made this particular year stand out for collectors. On the obverse of the coin, the portrait of George Washington remains, as it has since the design was introduced in 1932. The words "Liberty" appear above Washington's profile, and "In God We Trust" is inscribed to the right. The year of minting, 1992, sits just beneath his neck. On the reverse side, the eagle, which symbolizes freedom and strength, is perched on an olive branch, surrounded by the words "E pluribus unum," out of many, one, and quarter dollar. At first glance, the design appears to be standard, a continuation of the iconic Washington quarter. But in the world of coin collecting, it's the subtle details, variations, and rare occurrences that can elevate a coin's worth far beyond its face value. So, what makes the 1992 quarter dollar so interesting? The answer lies partly in the unique circumstances surrounding its production. The 1992 quarter was minted as part of the regular circulating series, but there was something special about how it was created and the circumstances under which it entered circulation. The U.S. Mint operates multiple facilities across the country, and each one has its role in producing the various denominations. For the 1992 quarter, the minting process took place at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, as it had for decades. However, there was one key factor that would have collectors paying attention to this coin in the years to come. The U.S. Mint had, over the years, been producing both regular circulation coins and proof coins, which are made specifically for collectors and investors. Proof coins are made with a special, highly polished process that gives them a mirror-like finish, making them far more detailed and visually appealing than typical circulation coins. In 1992, as part of their regular production, the U.S. Mint created proof coins of the quarter dollar, but there was something unique about the proof versions that collectors later discovered. While most 1992 quarters that were minted for circulation would not be particularly valuable, proof coins were in high demand by collectors. The 1992 proof quarter was struck multiple times to ensure the highest quality, with a deep mirror finish and sharp detail. But what would really set some of these coins apart was the occasional error that slipped through the cracks during the minting process. Error coins, those that feature misprints or other anomalies, are highly prized in the numismatic world, as their rarity and imperfection make them unique and valuable. It's not unusual for coins to have minor errors during the minting process. It's actually quite common in the world of numismatics. But certain errors can dramatically increase the value of a coin. In the case of the 1992 quarter dollar, one of the most valuable types of error coins involves a misalignment of the design elements, such as the coins being double-struck or featuring incorrect fonts. These errors are so rare that they have made certain 1992 quarter dollars worth a significant amount of money. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value. The 1992 quarter dollar, at face value, is worth just 25 cents. But over the years, this seemingly ordinary coin has increased in worth for certain rare versions. The 1992 quarter dollar error coins, in particular, are what truly drive up its value. With certain types of error coins, such as those that feature a double strike, misaligned die, or other rare minting mistakes, the coin's value has reached extraordinary levels. Some of these error coins are worth tens of thousands of dollars, and in one particularly remarkable case, a 1992 $2 error coin recently sold for $120,000. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that was originally minted to be worth a mere quarter has appreciated so much in value due to its rarity and unique minting error that it fetched a staggering sum on the collector's market. It's a reminder that in the world of coin collecting, what might seem like a simple piece of currency can hold significant financial value, but it's not just about the error coins. Coins that are in pristine condition, whether they were produced as regular circulation coins or as proof coins, are highly sought after by collectors. A well-maintained 1992 quarter, graded as being in mint or near mint condition, could fetch a price far higher than its face value. As collectors seek coins that are free of scratches, discoloration, and wear, the highest graded coins become more desirable, driving their value up in the market. As with many coins from the late 20th century, the 1992 $2 is a reminder of how historical context, design, and rarity can influence a coin's value. What may have seemed like just another coin from the late 80s and early 90s has now become a collector's item that represents much more than its 25-cent denomination. The appeal of the 1992 $2 extends beyond its design and history. It's a prime example of how numismatics can turn everyday objects into valuable treasures. So, if you happen to come across a 1992 $2 in your spare change, take a moment to look it over. It might not be worth $120,000 at first glance, but there's a chance that you could be holding onto a rare and valuable piece of American history. Whether it's an error coin or a pristine proof coin, the 1992 $2 is one of those coins that has proven just how much value can be found in the most unlikely places. The 1994 USA $2 coin, much like other coins of the same era, may appear to be a simple and unremarkable piece of currency. After all, it's just 25 cents, right? However, as we dig deeper into its history, design, and collector appeal, you'll realize that this seemingly ordinary coin holds a wealth of stories and, for some lucky collectors, a significant financial value. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating journey of the 1994 $2, from its historical context to its minting details, the story behind its design, and its rise in collector value. And, of course, we'll end with the big reveal of the 1994 $2's impressive value today, an astounding $112,000 for certain versions. Stick with us as we uncover the hidden treasures of this remarkable coin. To fully appreciate the 1994 $2, we first need to understand the historical context in which it was produced. The early 1990s were a time of significant change for the United States. The Cold War had officially ended, and the country was experiencing a period of economic prosperity. Under President Bill Clinton's leadership, the economy was growing steadily, and the country was adjusting to the new global landscape. Technological advancements were rapidly shaping the way people lived, and there was a strong sense of optimism for the future. In this environment, the U.S. Mint was busily producing coins for everyday transactions, and the 1994 $2 was one of them. The coin, like all quarters minted from 1932 onward, featured the iconic image of George Washington on the obverse, head side. This design, created by John Flanagan in 1932, had become synonymous with American strength, independence, and patriotism. Washington's profile, accompanied by the word liberty above and the phrase, "In God We Trust," beneath, had graced the face of millions of coins over the years. At this point in history, the Washington quarter had long been a symbol of continuity, and its design was widely recognized by Americans. The reverse, tails side, of the 1994 $2, however, was still showing the familiar eagle, a design that had been part of the quarter since its introduction. The eagle, which is often associated with freedom and strength, is shown perched with its wings spread, holding an olive branch in one talon and arrows in the other, symbolizing peace and defense. Beneath the eagle is the inscription E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one, and $2 to indicate the coin's value. While the design of the coin remained unchanged from previous years, this didn't make it any less significant. The Washington quarter had already become an enduring symbol of the American spirit. Though the coin's design had remained the same for decades, the production of the 1994 quarter was anything but ordinary. The U.S. Mint operates multiple facilities across the country, and in 1994, the quarter was struck at the main minting facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The U.S. Mint's job was to produce enough coins to meet the public's demand for quarters, and, as you might expect, millions of these coins were minted for circulation. Most of these 1994 quarters would end up in the hands of everyday Americans, each one representing a small but significant part of the country's economy. The minting process at the time was incredibly efficient, but also highly precise, ensuring that each coin was struck with the utmost care. What's important to understand about the 1994 quarter dollar is that, while millions of these coins were made for regular circulation, certain coins would later become valuable due to variations in their minting process or their condition. One of the primary ways that a coin's value is determined in the world of numismatics is through rarity and condition. Most 1994 quarters are common and, in most cases, not particularly valuable. They're just another coin in your pocket or change jar. But the coin you might not realize you have could be worth much more. So, what makes the 1994 quarter so special to collectors? Well, first of all, let's talk about proof coins. Proof coins are special editions that are created for collectors and investors. They are struck using polished dies, which create a mirror-like surface that makes the coin's details stand out more sharply than a regular circulation coin. The 1994 quarter was no exception. Proof versions of this coin were made in limited quantities for inclusion in proof sets, which are sold to collectors. These proof coins were struck with such precision that they were often regarded as works of art. However, the true value of the 1994 quarter dollar lies in the rarity and condition of certain versions. In the world of coin collecting, certain flaws or errors can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a highly sought-after treasure. These error coins, which are often the result of mistakes during the minting process, can dramatically increase the value of a coin. Some errors involve misalignments, double strikes, or other anomalies that make the coin unique. When such errors occur, the resulting coins are often worth far more than their face value. The 1994 quarter dollar is no exception. While most of the 1994 quarters are worth just 25 cents, certain error coins from this year have commanded much higher prices. The errors that are most likely to increase the value of a 1994 quarter include double strikes, off-center strikes, and coins that were poorly struck, leaving portions of the design incomplete. These rare versions of the 1994 quarter dollar can be worth hundreds, even thousands, of dollars depending on their condition and rarity. Now, let's talk about the big reveal, the impressive value of certain 1994 quarter dollar coins. If you have an error coin from 1994, it's possible that it could be worth a substantial amount. While most error coins from this year are worth a few $100s at most, there are some examples that have sold for much higher amounts. One particularly rare 1994 quarter dollar error coin recently sold for an eye-popping $112,000 at a coin auction. This is not a common occurrence, but it goes to show how much value can be attached to a single coin when it possesses rare characteristics or minting mistakes. This specific coin featured a double strike, where the design was imprinted on the coin twice, making it stand out as a one-of-a-kind piece. So, why are error coins like this so valuable? The answer lies in their rarity. Errors are mistakes, and as such, they are not produced in large quantities. When such an error occurs, only a handful of coins, if any, are created before the mistake is corrected. This makes the coin unique, and that uniqueness drives up its demand in the collector's market. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for rare and unusual coins, and an error coin from 1994 is a prime example of how something as simple as a minting mistake can turn a humble quarter into a valuable piece of history. Of course, not every 1994 quarter is worth $112,000. Most of the coins minted during this year are still just 25 cents, or a little more if they are in pristine condition. But the fact remains that coins like this one highlight the excitement of coin collecting and the potential for hidden value in the most unexpected places. If you've got a collection of coins, or if you've just come across a 1994 quarter, it's worth taking a closer look to see if it might be one of the rare, valuable versions. The story of the 1994 quarter dollar is a great reminder of how coins can appreciate in value over time. While they might not seem particularly extraordinary at first, the world of numismatics is full of surprises. The 1994 quarter dollar may have started out as just another coin in circulation, but for collectors and investors, it has evolved into something much more, a valuable and coveted piece of American history. Whether it's a proof coin in perfect condition or an error coin with a unique flaw, the 1994 quarter dollar has proven that even the most everyday coins can become extraordinary treasures. So, next time you come across a 1994 quarter, remember, it's not just a coin. It could be a rare, valuable find that could one day be worth far more than its original 25-cent value. Keep an eye on your change, and who knows, you might just be holding a $112,000 coin without even realizing it. In the world of coin collecting, the value of a coin is only limited by its rarity, and as we've seen, that can lead to some truly remarkable discoveries.